Welcome, 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 friends. Hope you guys are all having a great day. I am Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at some annotations. How to annotate your games. I had a game this week against Mr. Greg Kravitz in my club, and we're going to go through it today. So I hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys have had a great week. As you can see, I've got a new layout. Everything looks pretty good. Moving along. Oh, alerts have to be above that, I guess. Let me unlock that. Thanks for the follow. Let's move that. There we go. That should come up. Thank you for following. Very, very good. And we got chats on the screen so people can see things. We're making some progress. I think it looks really nice. Okay, and that's all working. Excellent. All right, we'll get started. So this game, I have some notes to put in, first of all. So this was an interesting game. I prepared for this game all week. And my notes were going to be about... I had a feeling that he was going to play either a King's Indian or play directly into a French and play into me. So those were the things that I thought that he might do. So he might play a Tarrasch, a Winnower, an advance, or a King's Indian attack type of setup. And so I prepared for those three types of things. So I wanted to make sure that I put that out there first so everybody sees and understands where my head was at when it came to this. So these are going to be my pregame thoughts. Let's see, is this working? Testing. And let's just see, does it come up on the screen? It does. Okay, great. So we're going to do that again. We're going to fix that and say I knew my opponent would play a KIA Tarrasch or win over and play into the French. I knew he was an E4 player. This is chess base, yeah, Zen Madman. Yeah, it is chess base. So I've got a new layout. Lichess doesn't do what I wanted to. So I'm going to do all of my annotations inside of chess base, and then I'll move them into a Lichess study that I already have when I decide to submit it to the dojo. So this works a little bit better, and you guys can see that you can see my annotations a little bit more. You get a little bit more of the screen, and no, so it does, but there are some not gripes and complaints. Not necessarily it doesn't do what I want it to, but in my last setup, in my Lichess setup, it would show I had to make constant scrolls and changes to the windows, and you couldn't see what I was annotating. And then the whole screen moves, and you can't fix it. Maybe you can, and I just don't know how. But I figured ChessBase is probably a better way to go. Since I have it, I might as well use it. So, but yes, you can get away with it. But it always moves, and I find the scroller wheel moves, and then, you know, if you're looking at my board here, it moves up and down, and that just it doesn't look good, and it looks kind of wonky. So I decided to solve that problem just by moving to ChessBase. I have it, so it should work, right? Okay, so I thought my opponent would play a King's Indian attack or a Tarrasch or a Winnower. I thought I knew he was an E4 player. and he knew that I was a French player, so I fully expected that he'd at least come with something to the game. And when he got to the table, I want to put in some of my notes here. Oh, good. My looks like my timers are working. It's showing my Discord and that kind of stuff. I'm guessing I have new commands. Those commands should work as well. Showed up early to the game, settled in my spot, and set up the board. Oh, okay, so it's actually showing all my socials too. Awesome. Mentally ready and prepared for my game with him. Luckily enough, my pairing didn't change, which was nice. It did change for a lot of people this round, but for me it stayed the same, which was really good. When Greg arrived, he muttered. Well, not really muttered. He's kind of soft-spoken kind of guy, but right before he told me he was really nervous for this game. So you guys should be able to see all my annotations there. Yeah, good. Okay, it does show up. Perfect. And I thought about actually, I'm not going to put this in my comments here, but I actually thought about responding to that, saying that you should be. you should be worried about this game. But I out of respect, I decided not to. That was the first thought that crossed my mind. But Greg's a really good guy, and I didn't want to kind of mess with him or anything like that. So he's a really tough player. He's rated 1671, and I knew I was going to be in for a tough game, and it was going to be fun. So let's kind of get into it. He played e4, played e6, d4, d5, and he played the Tarrasch, knight to d2. And I did study some of these lines in my French course on Chessable. I am following some of the International Master Tills, who's backed up by Alex Lenderman, his course on mastering the French. And I did look at some of the Winnower lines, some of the classical Tarrasch lines, and stuff like that. And I had in my head, I'm like, oh, I know some of these lines. And I felt like I had some pretty good lines against it, so it's pretty good. I thought it would be really nice, and thankfully enough, I was ready to actually dive into this game. So I had some preparation of my own, which was really nice. There's a few different moves here. You can, play the knight to g6 or f6. I mean, you can play c5, knight to e7. There's a few different types of moves here, but I chose e takes d. There's a bunch of different moves, and I thought that this was going to give me the best benefit. And I thought, well, if he is preparing for something, maybe he's not going to be totally prepared for the Tarrasch, but maybe he will be. I'm not sure. So he took as expected, and I'm planning for him to come and move right into f6. So Nicholas is the boss applesauce. Boss applesauce was quoted, and you can't. That's deleted by the moderator? Wait, what? Somebody added a quote and used an inappropriate word. What was the inappropriate word? Oh, how do I allow? I need to figure out how to allow that. That's one of so you got busted with a word that's in my filter. The word scat. um, Banana, sorry that your message got caught in my filter. I might have to change that a little bit. Um, so he said he's really digging the content and Twitter and YouTube recently. Nice to catch you live, even if I have to scat soon. so, um, so I'm guessing scat is in my filter. I'm gonna have to change that. So let me go look at that now, because that's kind of funny. I just grabbed a whole thing, and there's a lot of words in there that are probably not that big of a deal. Um, I don't remember exactly where it is. Advanced. No. Setups. Triggers. Can't really remember exactly where that is. Naughty, naughty. I'll have to fix that afterwards. So there's definitely, I've got a really strict. Um, Scat is a jazz term. Yeah, that is true. So I'll have to take that out. But I'll have to update that. I'll have to I'll have to remember that. The Last Lasker. That's a sweet name, by the way. Lasker is my favorite world champion. So I played knight d7 with the idea of playing knight to f6 and him taking right away. So this is pretty normal. Um, Normal stuff. And here, there's a bunch of different moves. I'm not going to go into too many of them. I know that they're there, but he chose to take. So I think I should probably put a note here. Pretty standard line. It's nothing crazy. And here I was expecting him to play bishop to d3. So this is going to be a new variation with c5 and castles, takes. And this right here is doing fine for black. So let's put some notes in here. There's that, and I think if we press equals, I can choose that this is getting pretty equal. Black is already starting to equalize here, and I think black is doing just fine. But he did not play that. He played bishop to e3, and this was the first move I did not expect. I should have definitely taken longer here. I have to look at my notes, but this is move 7. I didn't really take that much time. This is the first time I actually started taking notes. Yeah, we started at 140 and I marked 132 on this. So I was pretty, I don't think I spent any more than 2 or 3 minutes. So yeah, I felt like right here, this was a critical moment for me already on move 7. I should not have played, or move 6 rather. I actually no, it is move 7. And it's important to note that b6 is most likely a mistake. So let's see, is it Control Shift A, Control Alt. There it is, Control Alt S for my symbol palette. And here I'm going to mark this move as an actual mistake. This move is just bad, and if you look, the light squares are just not good. It does kind of make sense, right? And that's where my line of thinking was. My idea was that eventually in a world far off the rabbit hole with Alice, is that I'd be able to trade this light squared bishop off for his light squared bishop. But it didn't happen the way I was expecting because of the next move, which you'll see. You can already see the notes there, but it kind of hits me like a blast I was not prepared for. And I just have huge light square weaknesses. Undoubtedly a mistake. I was thrown off by bishop e3 and expecting bishop d3. So my idea was, yeah, the French becomes the French Swiss cheese. Yeah, it does. It was really bad. There's more notes I want to put here, though. So this was undoubtedly a mistake. I was thrown off by knight e3 instead of knight d3. I should have taken a lot more time here to come up with a solid plan. My idea was pushing c5, trades, and I'm left with a different scenario. So instead of that move, yeah, what I wanted to do is after I was expecting him to just kind of play a nothing move, like a normal developing move, new variation, I was going to play this deal here and be left with this type of scenario. And I thought that this was potentially okay for black. Actually, before we do that, let's put an annotation on there. I thought this was still equal. I think I have a few maybe positional weaknesses, but I think I'm okay. So after castles, bishop C, bishop B, 5 check, bishop D7, and takes. So I felt that this was pretty equal. That is still not showing above. Why is that? Oh, I need to unlock, put those above. There we go. Let's undo those. There we go. Thanks for the follows, guys. I appreciate it. Dungeons and Dragons, raiding with a party of 3. That's fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, this was the idea. I wanted to get to the point where um, this type of scenario, and I felt that this was um, just equal. I felt it was okay. Oh, you can right click here and do everything you need to. I like that. Um, and then, even further down the line, we're here. And now we're into a quick end game. Text after. And we'll mark that as equal. Yeah, I feel as more and more things get off the ground, we're doing okay. But I never got to really do that. What are some other options here? So I obviously cannot play it now. I really wanted to. And bishop e3 is such a good move. I think that this is the new variation. I feel like that's probably the best continuation. Oh, we do exclamation point. So exclamation point does that, and Control A brings that one up, and then if I change these hotkeys, I can probably bring these menus up a lot faster. I'll have to get a little bit more proficient with how we do things in ChessBase. So this is new for me. I'm learning kind of on the fly. You're now a member of my Discord. Well, what? That is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. So make sure if you do join that you wait for the 10-minute timer or whatever, and then make sure that you react to the rules by clicking the green check mark. A lot of people miss that, and then they're stuck thinking, oh, I don't have any channels or anything. But you'll unlock everything if you accept the rules. Just have to click that green check mark. So I don't know how to make that easier, but it ends up keeping a lot of trolls out because they're too lazy to go through that process. So it works out. It keeps only the people that really want to be there in, which is nice. I felt like this was the best move. Develops a piece. Follows proper opening principles. And prepares castling. I'm not going to mark it as a good move or a bad move because it's just a normal developing move. Doesn't really need any of that. But yeah, and the game would have continued with normal development, I think. Probably would have followed something to this effect. And I have to contend with normal continuation of development. Still have to contend with fixing or removing my light, actually my French bishop. We'll just start calling it the French bishop because that's exactly what it is. And I feel this might be slightly better for white, so which I believe is plus equals is, yeah, because that goes, that's black side, plus equals. Okay, it's a little bit better. Knight DG4 to challenge the bishop. Yeah, that is something that's possible to take a look at. However, it's kind of prophylactic because I can always come here and then here's the one thing that I don't like about ChessBase, and maybe it's just I'm not familiar with it. I can't draw arrows. Reply arrows. If I could draw arrows like you can on Lee Chess and chess.com, that would be great. But if I play knight to g4, he can respond with bishop to g5. And that gets messy. Yeah, I don't have any arrows. Maybe there are. Maybe I can look that up. Let's see. Using arrows in chess space. Colored arrows, chess space. How to use colored arrows in squares. Okay, maybe there's a way to do this. Yes, I want that. How do I do this? The Alt key. Nope. Ah! So, and then does it go away? Okay, we can do arrows. Sometimes it just takes a little bit to Google. Win-win for everyone. So, we figured it out. So, here's the idea. So, we have this followed by this. Whoops. Cancel. And then, you know, this gets messy. I don't know that I like the color of these arrows. We'll figure out if we can make that stuff later. Oh, and it stays there? Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, but no, cancel. I'm just going to have to get used to chess space a little bit more. That's fine. We're going to learn on the fly. No big deal. But yeah, you get the idea. And yeah, you can probably play f6 and it gets kind of messy. But I didn't think about any of that during the game. I did think of this and thought that this... I didn't think about this during the game. This is new. I think what we'll do is let's kind of get through the game and then we'll go back and add new stuff, because otherwise we're going to get tangled in the weeds the whole time. I like to try to get through one pass of the ideas that I had in my head into the game, and then we'll look at it from a new viewpoint. So my idea was, which I had showed, bishop d6 is better. B6. I thought of these lines. What's the other one? B6 was a mistake. Because of... here we go. Yeah, I thought about this type of scenario. Alt key equals green. Alt plus the shift key equals red. Oh, beautiful. Alt control equals yellow. Oh my goodness. Look at that. We've got all kinds of things. So we got this. And what was green? Alt. Oh, just below. So we got 3 options. Okay, very good. Nope, we don't want that. Oh, and it stays there even. So we might have to add more of those as we get more proficient. So thank you, Bananas, for looking that up. I appreciate it. So yeah, I saw this type of line in my head over the board. Not that move. If we just click the delete key, does it go away? No, we have to do this here. Delete remaining moves. Okay. So yeah, that's what I saw. Nicholas is the boss. Applesauce. Thank you. Okay, now this was the move that just blew my mind. I was not prepared. Like a slap to the face. We will mark that there. We'll probably annotate more because now we're in trouble because We have this and this. And I just don't have enough resources to stop what might be coming. It's not good. It's not good at all. It's scary. This is scary stuff. And I've moved B6 for no reason. And it's bad. It's just bad news. This is all nasty. And I don't like it. This was a real shot in the face. I didn't know what to do. And when you click it, it goes away. Huh. Interesting. So I came up with the idea. He also has this. So here's a variation. So new variation, and then this, and we're in trouble. Let's do, whoops, Control A. So this as a line, winning for white. So let's mark that. This is just straight up winning. Saw new variation. It's not necessarily winning, but I feel like this is better for white. Slightly better. Anyways, I'm down a pawn. This is probably not winning, but much better for white. You can just play really easy stuff like this and consolidate, and you can choose the castle where he wants. I'm kind of stuffed. It's just not good. So that's all bad. None of those lines work. And I have to deal with this. This is that's a very real threat. This comes with many real threats. With bishop to b5 check. And I feel after this was a great move. Let's mark that. No, we want the other menu. Oh no, undo, undo, undo. No, oh no. That messes up my whole board. I don't know what key sequence I pressed, but that is not good. So this has the same challenges as Lee Chess, it seems. I have to figure out key sequences to fix this if it gets messed up again. Okay, I think that looks good. We're back to it. Okay. Window, panes, best book line. Okay, so that's back, and that should push everything up. So you guys can still see what I'm looking at. Okay. So let's go back. We want to mark his move. as a good move. This was a really good way to capitalize on my mistakes. I have nothing but light square weaknesses. Shows how poor my plan was, and now I am fighting major light square problems. Okay. Yeah, it just looks nasty, you know. It's not good. It's not good at all. You know, my followers thing is wrong. I have more than 26. It says I have 26. Maybe I should just start a new one. Yeah, because if I go look at my channel, it says I have 42. Why is that not updating properly? Let's see what Streamlabs says. Garbage, garbage. I'm not sure why that is. I don't want to download. Okay, you have to actually go to the dashboard. That's not intuitive at all. Widgets. Follower goal. All right. What if we... It's fine. How do I update it? Reset goal. Goal end date must be in the future. It is in the future. Oh, settings. Here we go. Nope. That's just to make it look better or worse. I'll figure that out later. Clearly something's not right, but that's okay. Idea behind the plan was right. Thought develop your light square piece. Yeah, I mean, the whole idea, a lot of the plans in the French are to get rid of the light squared bishop. If I can get rid of that for any one of his pieces, it's probably doing pretty good for black, which is great because this is the problem piece. The light squared bishop is a huge problem. But maybe not so much because in the Tarrasch, this pawn is gone. So, don't beat yourself up. I kind of prepared for this game a little bit, and I didn't play it as well as I could have. I'm extra hard on myself because I have goals I want to meet. But no, I get it. I had some ideas. Later, I found that I'm mixing up plans from the Tarrasch and the King's Indian attack. King's Indian attack has B6 plans in it. The Tarrasch does not. So I've made some mistakes because I was misremembering lines, and I should have sat at this particular position right here and thought to myself, okay, he didn't play what I needed to. Actually, and I should put that in my notes. All right. That is good now. All right, so I put those in there. Yeah, exactly. Yes. You know, zero King's Indian attack. I'm not a King's Indian attack player either. However, I do know that you do Fiend Shadow your bishop a lot. Sometimes putting your rook on the either one of these squares, depending on how you've developed. So a lot of times this will come here and this will come here, and then fianchetto, and your rook comes here or here. And then what ends up happening is you trade this pawn off for this one, and you then end up trading this bishop off for the white bishop, and you get your rooks on the open c file. That's kind of the idea that I know, but it's only at the very surface level. I've only just started looking at some of these lines and ideas. That would have been a much better plan had he played a King's Indian attack. And then I think I was probably okay. But he played a Tarrasch, and I mixed that up. So I believe that's kind of where my problems stem from. So he played here. Nope, cancel. There we go. So that's kind of the idea. And yeah, I should have thought longer here and tried to come up with another idea. But that's okay. Well, let's just go over my thoughts for the game. Not prepared for this, like a slap in the face. This comes with many real threats. And this shows how poor my plan was. And now I'm fighting. And fighting and paying the price. Okay. So I thought this was the best way to stop his plan. Controls this square here. And I thought that this was going to be a good try, because now I can, in my mind, I'm still continuing with my plan. I want to get my bishop fianchettoed to B and B7 and continue on with my normal plan. I should probably mention this. Bishop B7, followed by C5. And I think I'm doing okay. Actually, let me... It's about to get nasty really quick. I think this is a good try. Stopping the bishop. Stopping bishop B5 check. Ideas. Little did I know of the next ideas, and got smacked again. The dojo should accept video stream as analysis. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I'm sure they kind of do. I mean, if anybody was to watch back my stream and analysis, unfortunately, it's really slow. So, I mean, this is hours of time put into putting your analysis in. And yeah, A6 looks good. It stops the nasty check on B5, but it doesn't stop the next move, which causes me a lot of problems. And the next move was that wonderful bad mamma jammer. And I wanted to flip the table. I'm clearly running. Now at this point in the game, I'm starting to run on emotions, because now I'm upset. I identified it. I found that I was irritated and frustrated, and I said, okay, now I really got to focus. Yeah, that's yeah. I did play Queen to D5, so that's really good. So this was let's mark his move. Oh, I did it again. So why does it do that? Undo. I wish there was a way and a key sequence that would send you back. Thankfully enough, I know where it's supposed to be. Okay, so control. Oh, you need shift. Don't press control. Okay, that's the problem. Pressing the control button is the problem. We went a little too far here. All right, I think that's good. That looks pretty good. I think we can move it a little bit more. Okay. This is a really good move. He's exploiting all my weaknesses. Really capitalizing on all of my and missteps. Oh, you guys probably can't see that, hey? Window panes, best book line, and let's scroll down so you guys can see that. All right, perfect. Now we can see that. Yeah, Queen to D5 is the only move that works. It's not. There's other stuff, but well, not really. I think it's the only move. Queen. I think this is the best move in the position. Only move. Knight B6 or Knight C6 forks. Yeah, it's this was a good move to find. I'm happy that I was able to find it, so that was nice. So I do think this was a good move, and probably the only way. I was really hoping for a queen trade here. I was real happy. Yeah, I mean, anything else is just bad. The other thing that I saw, new line, is meant by this. And this is just winning for black, or for white, I mean. Like, I can't even, this is just a bad move. Yeah. So I thought that I had to stop. After rook b8. Rook b8. Um, Bishop b7. I didn't see that. Yeah, no, that's not too bad. I'll have to add that as analysis after. Yeah, I didn't see this. I saw this and said I didn't even consider to think any further. I was just like, this can't be good. Um, it's just bad news all around. Um, no, that's a good move. We'll have to take a look at that. Nice find. I didn't see that. I didn't think about it in the game either. Probably difficult. Still hard. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to take a further look at it. Yeah, it's not. There's a lot. It gets messy. Um, we'll look at it though. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think this kind of stops everything. Um, and he came here, and I'll be honest, I had no idea what this move meant. Looked poor. Let's see. What did I think to myself? I really thought, why did he do this? So at this point, I'm thinking to myself that I can get in the game. He wants to develop. He still has to develop his light squared bishop. Um, LSB to castle. Either way. So in my mind, I have a free move. I have a tempo here. I definitely have a tempo to gain some evaluation here. So after that, I was thinking, now I have all kinds of things. So I know that he wants to develop his light scored bishop, so I want to kind of stop him from doing that. Yeah, so that's exactly what I played. I did play bishop b7, stopping that. Halting the LSB from developing. Now I'm starting to create threats of my own. Yeah, I'm defending well. It's okay. This seems to be all right. I still feel like white's slightly better. Actually, white's probably better. Um, white's better, not winning, but not. I still have problems that I have to deal with. C4 is a potential issue. Uh, So the things that I was thinking in the game. So he played F3. Um, only real move. But I was thinking of things like this. New variation. I was thinking of things like this. New variation. And after this, I saw things like this. These were the lines that I saw, and I thought this was kind of hope chess like. If we take a look at this, no, delete variation. And here I wasn't, then it comes to here, trades. And I saw these various lines. I also saw if he castles, a new variation that I can just come here. And it gets messy. Not super messy, but feel like any one of these variations and I'm totally back in the game. And I feel like I'm good. I feel like this is equal. Let's put a note there. And this is winning. This has a big advantage for black. Trevlar, welcome to the stream. First time chatter. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. We're just doing some analysis. Here it's pretty bad. We have those and this. So it's pretty bad. He'd probably just bring his knight back here. I think if we do that, kind of saves both the pawns, but it's messy for sure. But yeah, I thought any of those were potential things to happen. But he played the best move in the position, which I think was an extremely good move. And I really think so. Yeah, F3 kind of stops most of the ideas. Really great move. It's kingside weakening, so I've actually let me put that in there. Felt like I gained some ground with kingside weakness. We'll just put weakness. It's kind of a positional weakness. So yeah, I mean, this one's doing. I feel pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good here, and Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna have to figure out how to put timestamps in here because I don't have that. I guess I don't have that when I put the studies into Lichess either. But so this is move 11, and it's move 11, and I'm down 40. I'm not down 40 minutes. I've used 40 minutes at this point in the game. Actually, no. Right now, I have a 1 hour and 15 minutes. I've got 75 minutes. We started with an hour and 40. And I spent 16 minutes here on this move. And I have all these ideas. I should probably put this. I never know where to put my text. Do I put it after or before? Like, text before move. Like, I have all these moves follow, like with c4 followed by, bishop to b4 check, and bishop d2 defending, takes, and then moving my queen wherever and being okay. I've got these ideas where, like, I'm just expecting him to play c4. And I was like, kind of had a little bit of tunnel vision here. I'm like, kind of hoping he plays something that's an inferior move, not thinking to myself, oh, he's playing really great so far. I should just expect him to play the best move and then go from there. And I didn't think of any of that stuff. I don't know exactly where to put the information. I'm sure that kind of comes with time. But yeah, so you guys can kind of see where we're at, and here I was having trouble coming up with a plan. Actually, I should put that in my notes. I saw c4 and bishop c4. I didn't think any of these. I thought they were just attack my queen, and I always had the escape square of queen to a5. Followed by bishop b4 if needed. I thought this was okay. I really thought that I was fine here. I should probably put that in there. But looking at the way the game goes after this, actually, this is clearly a blunder. I know what happens next, but this is most certainly a blunder all the way. And white, I believe, is winning. Maybe not winning. White has a very big advantage. And this was a blunder. Yeah, I'm great if they play c4, but they're not. I'm clearly whoops. I was totally playing hope chess here. Wasn't good. And I calculated this. Bishop to d6. So let's say, I think you're fine if they play c4, but bishop c4 looks scarier. Yeah, it is. And that's exactly what he played. c5, exchange d4, leave you with an isolated queen pawn, blockade, trade, capture that sucker. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. Unfortunately, there's no time. We'll look at what potential better moves are in the second run through. I want to get through the game on what I was thinking first, and then we'll go through and find variations. I like to put all my thoughts that were in my head into the game first, and then go back after and try to find new stuff. Yeah, so he played it, and actually I should probably mark this. With my bishop back to d6 or e7. So I calculated this to this point here and thought, okay, this looks all right. I think I'm okay here. I think I'm fine. My next ideas after this are, b5 and kicking the bishop and continuing on, or playing bishop to d5 right away. And I thought here, I thought I was going to be okay. From move 11. My ideas here are b5, kicking the bishop, or bishop d5, asking for the trade. LSBs. To me, I think I'm okay. I feel like this is equal. Or I felt like during the game. Okay, let me put that in there. This might be slightly better for white, but I felt like I'm okay. All right, so let's mark that with a slightly better for white, and yeah, I calculated this as slightly better for white during the actually, let's get rid of that. Actually, none, and open that back up, and we'll do plus minus. So, but I got hit with that guy. Yeah, big uh-oh. big uh-oh. And this is most certainly a double exclam. This is a brilliant move that I did not calculate far enough because of this and this. And I'm in trouble. Calculated this, new variation. Bam, bam, bam. And game over. Yeah, the bishop on c4 is so money. Calculated that. And I think we can mark that as can't get any better than that. Obviously, it's checkmate. There was no other moves here in the position, so I was totally stuck. So I've calculated you can't take. So I had to come up with another plan. And this is winning. Yeah, this is clearly just winning for white. And my game goes downhill very fast. I thought I played it really well from here, but let me put that in there. But yeah, I played it the best I could from here, but this is over. Short castle is the best move. It is most certainly funny. I never even considered that. It did not cross my mind in the game. I wish I would have thought of that, because that is better than what I did. That might be the saving move in the position, honestly. Totally missed that. That's a fantastic move. I really don't know how I missed it. Yeah, you can't castle through check, but I'm not in check, and neither one of those are check. It's a rook check. It's not a king check. So, and I'm not castling through it. So I think that's a legal move. I don't know. That's a good question. You're not castling through check. The rule is you can't castle through check, but the rook isn't going through it. Yeah, it's totally funny, but it's probably, to be honest with you, it's probably the best move. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Yeah, I feel like it's bad. Everything's bad here. This is just all bad. This is winning. This is completely winning. Yeah, I can't. This is just bad. Bad news. Bad news. Bad news, Bears. I'm not sure. So before this, where would I change my play? Yeah, there's a bunch of game after this, but I would, if I'm being completely honest, I would change my play right here. B6 was my first mistake, and it went downhill after that. So knowing all of that, yeah. And I think I came up with some really good ideas. I'll kind of buzz through it, and then we can I could do some more annotation on it, but um, yeah, castles here looks like a great idea. I didn't think about it, and I thought about not taking. Um, I thought about King F8. King F8 was a variation that came to mind. Yeah, actually, I calculated that. I calculated this as a new variation. I wanted this. I thought, I'm like, oh, if I can get this, this is great. He's not going to do that. That loses a bishop or loses a piece. I wanted that. I wanted that more than anything. Yeah, there's an in between move. But he just played the normal moves. And yeah, it was totally the dream outcome for sure. This was the dream outcome, and this is winning for black. So now I'm up a piece. He played it perfectly. And this move. Bishop e6 would have been a blunder. And I would mark this as now completely winning. Actually, queen h3 would then be the best move here. Yeah. Knight d6. Oh yeah, I guess there's a way. I didn't calculate that during the game. It does kind of spoil the fun, doesn't it? Not completely though. It's still a game. New variation. Takes. And now it's still a game. Unclear. We'll mark it as unclear. Probably, actually, this is probably slightly better. For white. Yeah, right. Yeah, still a game. Right, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, without that check, that was a good find. Yeah, so he played it well. And I'm down a rook now. And there's no quick and easy way to get that knight back. So this is most certainly winning for white. Yeah, I found I found this move. Now maybe that wasn't the best option. Maybe I should have played knight there. Um, I didn't calculate it. This is the only thing that I did calculate. And I thought, okay, if I can get this, I felt like I was okay. And I'm willing to fight if I'm down in exchange. I still think white's winning here, but it is hard. So his move is here, so it kind of takes away this square because it's met with either one of the rook checks. So I have to go after it slowly. I have no way to like get it. Like that knight, though it's there and it's free, I have no easy way to get it. Yeah, I could also be met with bishop g5. Absolutely. Yeah. I have to walk. Yeah, it's 3 moves till I get that knight. I have to walk it over there. So I had to figure this out and calculate this. It was ridiculous. But I felt like I'm still okay. Like if I can keep the rooks out of my position, I'm all right. Let's put that in there. I can still fight here. So I was like, well, I got to walk my king over there, so let's get it going. He kicks my knight, and maybe there was another move here. I did consider knight to e7, but to me, none of it worked out because I want to hold on to, well, one, it traps my bishop, and 2, I want to hang on to keeping control of the e8 square. So I guess I should put that in there, new variation, because I did calculate it. This is just this is a poor move. This is actually a mistake. This is winning, and this was a blunder. Put my notes in, traps the bishop with C. I guess you can kind of get through it. Maybe it doesn't totally trap the bishop. In my mind, actually, in my mind during the game, I felt it was better to. I felt it was more important to have it over here, and I thought it was trapped. It's obviously not, but I totally missed that. So I came here. So I see his ideas. He wants to trade off my bishop, and I thought, well, if I'm going to trade the bishop, I'm going to trade it on my terms. mainly because I didn't like this. This is just nasty. Um, it's my move here, but there's not much I can do. I felt like this was clearly winning for white. Thought this was resignable. I didn't like this. And so my last try was here. So I'm going to trade the bishop on my own terms. Um, and I'm just barely hanging on. And I resigned at that point. Can't stop anything else. The rook's coming in. I'm stuck. Game over. Totally smashed. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Not amazing, right? But it was a game. So now that I've put in all of my thoughts on the game, we can go back and start taking a look at some ideas and seeing. There's not. I mean, there's a lot to evaluate here. It's tons. It's tons and tons. I do like that you guys got to see most of my annotations. It looks like I still have some limitations a little bit based on that box, but cancel. It's okay. Yeah, I definitely learned from it. There's definitely a lot here. Yeah, no, well, I think that this is the most amount of learning that you can get, right? Like, if you're gonna play it live, uh, I need to be open to criticism, and the best way to learn is through criticism, especially in chess. I'm not afraid to show off my failure because it really is the way that you need to like develop your chess the best. And I am going to scrutinize this as deeply as I can because I'm going to submit it to other people and then they're going to tear it apart too. So I might as well give myself the most amount of effort and be truthful to myself playing the game and put in all of my notes. I need to put in post-game notes actually, because we did have a brief post-mortem. Oh, can you see that? You guys cannot. And during the post-mortem, he told me that he was completely nervous. He was extremely nervous for this game. He prepped all week. Game hoping I would play French and was happy to see that I did. So because he knew. No, I don't know. I don't think he knows that I'm a streamer. Maybe he does. I didn't really tell him. I'm usually pretty good about telling everybody if I'm gonna post the game live or whatever, but it's public. They can see the cross table if they want to know who won or lost. So I kind of really don't care at this point. Um, but yeah, there was a postmortem, and he told me that he prepped against me. So I showed this to some of my pluses in the dojo, or not in the dojo, but actually one of them is in the dojo, and another one is not. And he told me that this move was most likely prep. Um, Other people behind me or above me have looked at this with an engine, and this was the bad move apparently. Um, Bishop d6. So I kind of have that coming in, and you can tell where I get so jammed up by these moves. So, um, yeah, these tactics are pretty nasty. Yeah, it is, but it's kind of it's not easy to see. Um, it's interesting thinking. So, but yeah, I can't remember what it's called. It's kind of I have to look. One of my pluses told me about it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just reading through some of his notes because he took a look at it. I didn't really look through much of his notes yet because I wanted to look at it first. Um, yeah, he sent me a picture of the accuracy, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, it's called an opening inclusion, apparently. So it's really subtle. It's not like if you come back here and take a look at this, like having this prepared, like even if he wasn't in check and he just played c5 here or whatever, um, like this square being weak is, I mean, you kind of have to set that up. This is pretty deep. Um, I felt like he worked on. Looking at it now, it's like I felt like he probably prepared a lot of traps here, and I couldn't navigate them right, um, which is fine. Yeah, maybe it's obvious, but I'm not used to seeing positions with a queen on h3 all that often, and I can say that this is one of the first times that I've played a French that there is a queen on h3. So um, the ideas against h7 are clear to me, but this particular one I didn't see it over the board at all. It's clear now that you see it, obviously, but I can guarantee I'll never miss this again. This particular theme. Um, and this is part of playing a poor plan in the French. I'm not castled. I'm wide open, and I left myself open to these tactics. So yeah, I was screwing around here. I did a lot of messing around that I didn't necessarily have to do. Um, After F, I probably should have taken the time to move my queen out of the middle and just come back to D8. Um, Maybe something. The queen being in the middle is not helpful, and yeah. Yeah, it's definitely good. Those are good questions. He moved the queen to h3. What is the idea there? And it's clear now that the idea is to load up on the weak. Um, I have no way to kick his knight easily, at least not at the moment. And he took away my free square, which was this one. And here it's a tough spot, right? And yeah, I mean, it's obvious when you look at it now, what the plan is. And I never asked myself why is the queen there? What's the deal? Is it just keeping it there to mess with me so I don't castle kingside? Um, Obviously not, because this feels like totally prepped, right? Like you look at it in a second light after you believe that it could be potential preparation, and yeah, it totally feels like that. Yeah, you definitely have to get rid of the knight, and yeah, it's bad. It's kind of nasty. So what is the move here, really? Queen to d8 seems like a smart way to go. Um, you can't do it. Everything else fails. C5, you might be right, is probably pretty good. C5 is an exclamation point. I don't know about that. Maybe. Maybe it is the best in the position. It looks like a very good move. Um, I didn't like that. I didn't see any of these things. I came up with different ideas, but that looks scary. Because then I don't know. Hmm. Interesting. Let's go back. Where did we? This is theory. This move right here. So, oh, excuse me. Getting tired. How long have I been running for? Um, Not that one. Oh, we're almost on 2 hours. Um, we're getting there. Yeah, it's maybe I should have pushed it. Maybe C5 still works. Just give up the pawn. Give it up. What's the problem? Keeps the bishop out. It's a game. It's unclear. Um, Equals unclear. I don't like giving up a pawn so early, but it's definitely unclear and playable. So that's an option. Bishop d6 is, I think, the... Where is it? Here it is. Yeah. Queen c5. Oh, let's go back. Let's look at it. C5. If this sweep chess is now following, thank you. Then this, get our pawn back, but then that's met with this. That's no good. So we can't do that. Queen a5 is fine, but delete that variation. Queen a5 works. New variation. Yeah, b4 forks. But that looks pretty awesome. Or looks better anyways. Could take the knight off. Still b4. Yeah, I thought of seeing that. I don't know if this looks good or this looks good or this looks good. No, b4, delete. Oh, come on. All right, we've got this as a move, this as a move, and this as a move. Let's see, Queen a3. We got threats. I mean, I feel like this is pretty good. Oh, take it right away. And then this move as well. So I think he just has to take to keep the knight. And then that's a move and that's a move after that. That's the most threatening, but I mean, it's easily solved. This is probably the most solid move. Now I have to put evaluations against all these lines. That's the thing. That's the thing. b5 is fine. Yeah, every line needs its own evaluation. Yes. This isn't fine. This looks fine to me. If you move anywhere else, then you're stuck with that. No. Queen to a3 can now be met with this, and that's bad news. So queen to a3 does not work. Oh, come on. And then that's fine. I feel this is unclear. Yeah, we don't need to go that far into the lines. It's just more of trying to get to a point where that there's a nice stopping. Whoops. C5. Also unclear. Might have been a better way to go. Queen to a3. Yeah, rabbit holes are rabbit holes. But this is good analysis, right? Like these are the types of things you want to go. You don't have to go super far, but you want to try to go till there's at least a decent continuation that is logical for every move, human-like, and something that could potentially happen with what you perceive are the best moves. Yeah, exactly. As long as you are evaluating the position, you're completely doing useful work. And right here, it's unclear. There's a lot of game, but I feel like black now has an initiative. So I feel like this might be slightly in black's favor at this point. So we're going to give that a slightly better for black. I feel like black has the initiative here. Probably the most solid move. Probably fairly equal here. Queen to d8, most passive move. White might be, I don't know if white's slightly better, but I think white might be slightly better with the pawn, those advanced pawns. And they're kind of Slav-like. Okay. And we'll mark that slightly better for white. And we'll mark this as the most complicated line. Where does it end? I want to know how to delete Queen A3. Let's delete that variation. Okay. Don't think I deleted anything. If we can hold the structure together on the queen side, black has 2 French bishops. Yeah, kinda. I don't think they're going to be able to hold that. Not after queen. After queen c7 and b6, I don't think they're going to be able to hold that structure all that well. It's a French bishop and a Belgian bishop. I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, it is. Adding subtracting lines is so tricky. It will be. It'll be a lot more fluid. Plus, I'll be able to put this into Lichess and then make any modifications and bring it back if need to. So I'll have options. Okay, and then knight, we'll mark this as the actually I'll put it at the end. I'm going to put it right after that move. I think that this line has the potential for miscalculations. Might not be good. How much butt did we kick in this game? We're kicking butt with great analysis, but I didn't kick so much butt in this game. I did more of the getting my butt kicked. All right, so I put my notes in there, and this kind of leads to that. But they don't have to play the bishop b4 line. They can just do normal development, and then yeah, this is super hard to calculate from here. Actually, from here. From all the way from here. It's crazy deep. Excuse me. Apologies. I could not click on the mute fast enough. So yeah, we're in the rabbit hole, but that's okay. The rabbit hole is fun. This is after c5 lines. And then queen a5. Queen c7. I feel like this is probably pretty good. But they don't have to play this move. We'll put a note here. What's a continuation? A simple developing move, absolutely. Um, this probably is pretty good here. I'm not going to go too far into this, but we're going to mark this. White's probably still better here. White certainly has the initiative, so we're going to mark that as White's probably slightly better. Keep the fight on. All right, man. Have a good night. Thanks for coming out. It was good to have you here. Peace, man. All right, let's go back. So here's where a lot of my problems stem from. I think we've got a ton of analysis here, and things are getting crazy and difficult. So that move was just a monster. So A6 here was, let's mark this. Not that. Nope. I think A6 was a mistake. Let's put my notes in there. I need to figure out a way, and maybe you guys can help me with this. I need to put I'd like to have it so in my analysis I show what I'm thinking about when I played the game. I'd like lines that show that. And I'd like to delineate that differently than new stuff that I come up with after the game. I'd like to be able to separate those two so you can kind of see where thinking patterns may have changed. Maybe there's not really a way to do that. I'm going to have to come up with a new way because I feel like now I'm adding to this, but maybe I just evaluate it from secondary. In my studies, I write my in-game and early post-game engine free analysis, and then I put post-game analysis in parentheses. Okay, maybe that's something. I wonder if there is a best practices on that type of thing. OTB, ANPM. Oh, postmortem, over the board, annotations. That's not a bad idea. Not something we're going to do now, but something I want to think about in the future as we get better at this. We're still fairly new to analyzing games. So annotating our own games is a skill to develop. So it's obviously something that we're working towards. But yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, I wonder if there is any color coding here. I don't see any of this. Can I highlight and color code? It says open IME. What does that do? Anything pop up for me? I don't see it. But I like the ideas that you both have with parentheses or doing something like that. Or no, blue is the only color, I believe, and then it shows different variations. Maybe. Oh, there's different fonts. I wonder if that's a global thing. Yeah, that's probably global. I'm not going to mess with that. Special annotations. Game quotation, delete quotation, pawn structure path. Variation color. Oh, baby. We can do it. There is, I know you guys can't see this. Let's go to the full screen. You guys can see this now. Check me out, baby. Check me out, baby. Bam! There are. I don't even know how I got to it, but there is a way to do it. So we can check. So I have to go through all of this. Let's. No, I want to. Oh. Ah. Can I select more? I can. Multimedia. You can add multimedia? You can do variation colors. So we can do it by variation. So this is everything that what came through here. So now if we choose something new, hang on, my dogs are ringing the bell. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I will have to let my dog back in a minute. But so, variation. So there's multimedia, special annotation, variation colors, green. Sure, let's see what happens. Oh my God. Holy moly. Wow. Okay, undo. We're gonna have to figure that out later, but let's go back to black. So everything was after bishop e3. Did I mess this up somehow? So oh, that's weird. Why does it turn all of that? That doesn't make sense. Oh, not okay. I got it. So this one we would have to, let's see, variation color. There we go. Now it's green, and we can do. We could probably leave anything the same, and then all new stuff would be green or something. We'll have to figure that out as I'm going to think about that. But so we found some options today, which is pretty cool. It looks like there's other deals here. Like there's pictures and all this kind of stuff that we can add. We'll definitely be getting more and more proficient as we go through here. But there's multimedia stuff. You can add clips and videos and sounds. Oh man. So when like I make a really bad move, I could have a thing that would come up and be like, it would like hit you or punch you right in the face, like those old Batman comics or something, right? Really interesting stuff. There's so much. There's tons and tons of stuff inside of ChessBase, right? Holy crap. The more we use this, the better we'll get, right? So I don't think we're going to do that for this one, but we can get better as we move forward. I'll have to maybe do one or two off stream where I'm kind of just focused on only doing that and improving that on my own. I don't like trying to do some of that stuff live because then I start making craziness happen. All right, let's see. Awesome. What time are we? Oh, we're at 2 hours and 15 minutes. Well, I think that this is a fantastic start. We got a ton of stuff done. We went through a lot of my variations that were in my head. I have more work to do on this particular game, but I do thank all of you guys for coming and spending time with me. And this has been really good. I think we got through a lot of variations. We looked at stuff, and there's obviously a lot more to do. There were some things in here that we looked at. Where was it? This variation here. This one we should probably most certainly mark as a different color because yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with a legend. Like you said, that makes a lot of sense. But all right, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please go out to all my socials. I think they just came through. Join my Discord. Share and like on all your favorite areas. This follower bar sucks. I need to get a new one because